I have a new content to share with you. This actually took place on June 21st, and today when I'm filming it is June 29th. So it's actually been over a week. I had started filming on the 21st, but I didn't have all my information and things were happening, so I just decided to wait until everything was kind of said and done. Do you all remember the Monster High doll? I did it in this video up here where, just to sum it up, the buyer said there were blue markings on the face from the tissue paper I used. I offered a return for a refund, refund for a return, and they were somewhere in Europe. Turns out they used a freight forwarding company, and they did not want to return it. They wanted a partial is what they wanted. They wanted me to give them some money back. I talked to my group. The majority, I want to say 95% of the people on there were like, don't do it, you know. Stick to your guns, do not give a partial, and I did not, and I didn't hear back from them. They did threaten to leave me bad feedback, and today's new content is about the bad feedback they left. Yes, I have my very first negative after selling for 2 years. I noticed at work when I was working on my break that I didn't have 100% positive feedback anymore. And I was like, what happened? And so I looked and I was like, oh, it was the doll. Here's a picture of the feedback. I'm just going to tell you, I was not happy at all. I was at work, so there wasn't anything I could do. If you remember, I had a reference number that I talked to from that guy, or supposedly talked to someone about the issue, and they gave me a reference number. So I wanted to hop on and use that number. Couldn't, I was at work, so I had to wait till I got home. When I did get home and I did that, I was trying to find out how to go through it all, and I started filming that day, but I was upset, and also I was trying to hurry and do this, so it was not a good mix. So long story short, on the 21st I did do a removal request, which I will go ahead and which I did film that process on that day of how I kind of did it. I haven't watched it since I filmed it, so it's probably rushed. It's probably not the best, but I will switch over to that so you can see how to do that. Okay, so we are on my eBay page. First I went up to help and contact, and I tried doing this and going through this. It wasn't very helpful, so I went back to the page, and then I just went to my feedback. Where did I go? Oh, I went down here. Here's the feedback, and I went down to what did I do? Maybe I did go to this. Okay, yeah, I think I went back to this page, and I think I just typed in feedback removal. I know I just did it and I can't remember. Okay, yeah, okay. So you're on customer service. Then I did respond to feedback. Less than 30 days old. Okay, so I hit request remove feedback. It wasn't 30 days, it was actually 60 days ago. And it was for negative, show results. Here's this, and it's pending. Here's actually screenshots of what I typed and everything. I selected doesn't follow policies because they did extortion. So, and that's the information I put in there. I gave them the reference number, offered screenshots if they needed, everything. So, and it said that they'll get back to me within a day. After I did that, I was like, okay, so wait to hear back from them, see what they say, and we'll go from there. Well, I actually heard back within not even an hour, and I was surprised. My removal request was denied. It says their decision was because they can see the buyer found an issue with the item that wasn't described in the listing. My next step, I wanted to call eBay and speak to them directly, see if I could get a hold of a person. I told my group about this, and they said the freight forwarding thing would probably be your only angle to work with. So I was going to call them that Monday because I didn't know if they were open during the weekend. And I got to thinking, it was driving me crazy not doing anything about this negative. And I was looking up how other people deal with negatives, and majority of sellers will reply to the feedbacks. And I was like, I did not want to. I really didn't. I would rather eBay have just taken it down. But seeing as they sided with the buyer, I was like, well, that's my only chance, is to, I guess, leave a reply. I actually am glad how they worded their feedback. They did say that I did offer a return for a refund, which is common practice. Partial refund is just extra. That's not even on the table for a lot of buyers. Unless it's absolutely like if something broke, and you can't return it, yeah, then be a partial. So after a lot of drafting and rewriting, this was the reply I came up with. And this is something that you don't want to do as a seller. You don't want to lash out or blame them for something. And the reason I included the freight forwarding service is so future buyers, if they saw it, they might, understand a little bit more. The part about the alcohol and hydrogen peroxide helping, a lot of people in my group said that would take it right off. It should anyway, which I said it might help. I did not promise it would. I said it might. So offering a solution to, because if that works, then there's no issue. I mean, the doll is in perfect condition otherwise. And also, I do want to point out in their feedback, they said that it colored the face and the clothes, which if you go back to their original comment, they never said anything about the clothes. So I really have to wonder, if they just failed to mention it to begin with, or if they're adding it in now to make the situation look worse. But that's that, and they have not replied, because I hear that the buyer can reply one more time to your reply. So, but I'm thinking this is done. I just wanted to share getting my first negative and how I handled it, which it's rough. I did recently get a positive, so that kind of that did lift up it was 97.7% and now it's 97.8. So it did help to lift it a little bit. It's going to take a little bit though to get back up to 100. And after 12 months, that negative will actually go away and not be counted as part of the feedback. So it won't be there forever, it'll kind of be like it goes away. It's just going to take a long time. So let me know, have you ever had to deal with a negative? How'd you deal with it? And have you ever had a negative taken down? But yeah, a lot of people will say one negative will not hurt. I still have the top rated seller thing on my page, and that hasn't changed. So I don't know, it's annoying, it really is. So that'll close up today. Hope you enjoyed this kind of short video. Learned something new maybe. Next video, depending on when this comes out, I'm going to try to get this out before I get June sales. So June sales may have to be posted next week. Until then, y'all have a good day. Bye.